What's up, everybody? I'm the Mana Dork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is another standard 8 rare deck, and I stole this one, or at least stole the idea. I played against somebody on the ladder, and I unfortunately do not recall their name and didn't mark it down, but they were playing something in this vicinity, and I decided to try it myself. And what we're playing today is a Mono Green Delirium aggro deck. We're going to be filling our graveyard with 4 Patchwork Beasties. Green for a 3/3 artifact creature. Can't attack or block unless there are 4 or more card types in our graveyard. Delirium counts how many card types there are. That's the whole basis of that mechanic. But at the beginning of our upkeep, we may mill a card. So he does help fill the graveyard, help turn himself on. That's not what I meant. 4 copies of Seed of Hope. 4 copies of Aftermath Analyst. 4 copies of Say Its Name from the new set. 1 in a green, sorcery. Get to mill 3. Then we can return a creature or land from our graveyard to our hand. And we can exile Say Its Name from our graveyard, along with 2 other copies of Say Its Name that are in our graveyard. So if we've got 3, that's what we need. Exile those 3 at sorcery speed, and we get to go find an Altanach out of our deck. If you're not familiar with him, we'll see him in a minute. So that's our mill package. We've got a little removal in 3 Cosmic Hungers and 2 Monstrous Emergence. Monstrous Emergence is from Duskmourn. 1 in a green sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this, choose a creature we control or reveal a creature from our hand. Monstrous Emergence deals damage equal to the power of the creature to target creature. So it's a fight spell that also works out of our hand. Trying this out to see how it works, because we do have some larger guys that, maybe before we're ready to cast them, we'll be ready to beat up something big on the opponent's side. Speaking of our larger creatures, 2 Wickerfolk Thresher from the new set. 3 in a green for a 5/4, and his Delirium trigger says, when we attack, look at the top card of the library. If it's a land, we can put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, we can put it into our hand. We got 4 copies of Colossal Rattlewurm, 2 copies of Obstinate Baloth, 4 copies of Balustrade Worm, 3 green for a 5/5 trample haste that can't be countered. And his Delirium says 2 green, return me from graveyard to play with a finality counter on me. Last creature in the deck is Altanach, who I mentioned earlier. Altanach the Thrice Called, 5 green for a 9/9 legendary insect beast. He's got trample. Whenever he becomes the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, we get to draw a card. And if he's in our hand, we can pay 1 in a green, discard him, and return a land from our graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Now the nice thing is we can do that because Say Its Name will let us find the Altanach out of our library, or out of our graveyard, or out of our hand. So it doesn't care where he's living right now. We're inviting him out. Last card in the deck is 2 Quaddy Scavenger, 2 in a green for a 3/2. Help us have something on turn 3, because our bigger creatures start at turn 4. But he's also going to act as a regrowth type effect. So if we've already lost one of our big guys, or we need to get back something permanent wise, maybe we need 1 more land. Whatever it is, he can grab it back as long as it's a permanent. Lands, we got 18 forests, and then because we have the Rattlewurm, we're going to run a couple deserts. So we've got 4 Conduit Pylon, which not only is going to support the Rattlewurm, but is also going to give us another way to surveil and fill the graveyard. 1 copy of Arid Archway, again, going to help us surveil. And 1 copy of Sandstorm Verge. Make something not block, seeing as we've got larger creatures. Sometimes something's going to stand in our way, and we don't want that to happen. But that's the deck. All right, I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and subscribe. and I'll see you over there. All right, see what we can do. See what the opponent's got. See what we can see. The other side of the mountain. Patchwork. Blue-white for the opponent. Surveil. Get back to analyst. And get in for 3. Creepy guy. Fight it right now while they're tapped out. Get in for 3 again. See during the end step. See if we can draw a counter out of them. Oh, they get lost. Sure thing. Get back a Baloth. Make a dude. Gain some life. Not that it's going to matter too much against blue-white. We're also in the fortunate position where they seem to be missing land drops. Guy gets lost too. Worm time. Opponent's at 10. Waiting for some more. Make an analyst. How many lands do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them down there. That seems good. Meticulous Archive. All right. And a Banishing Light to get rid of our little dude there. All right. In which case, let's see if we can just map our way to victory. Nope. Get back a Rattle Worm. Land drop. For 1. And then we'll be able to drop this during their end step. And hopefully being flashed in will do something worthwhile for us. So they've got 2 open. We have not seen a No More Lies, but I think it's something that might happen. So we're going to go ahead and activate. Land in the bin. Eidetic Memory, sure. Say a name. Who do we want to get back? A threat, I think. And this will let us get our thrice called out during their main phase. Make them deal with it, and then end step, during their end step, we can drop the Rattle Worm if they have a board wipe here. Or we can just put that in the graveyard and win right now. They give us a good game. We'll give them 1-2. Although it wasn't really because they were stuck on lands. Alright, we got it. I think we got it with this hand. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking positive. See what the opponent's doing. They're doing a Eroded Canyon. Doing a point to us. Seed of Hope. Get back a beast. Say its name. We got ourselves a forest. Beastie. Analyst. Know ourselves a couple. Two worms. Beautiful. And we have hit Delirium. So we are firing on all cylinders here. See what the opponent has in store. Alright, no board presence off of that. They just drew a couple. Take that action. Land drop. Make a worm. Get into line. See what the opponent has. Needs to be something big because we've got another worm coming next turn. Top off that guy, alright. No more beastie bestie for us. All the things, alright. Get in and put them at one. See what they got. It's lucky. Not enough. We can try this. Just got a lot better. So now we don't have to worry about bouncing a forest with the archway. Another card. Surveil. Seed of Hope and see what we can hit. Get back an Analyst and we can swing already with the patch. Up, second color out of the opponent. See if they can put it to good use. Push our guy. Analyst. Forest. And the turn. How many lands do we have down here? 2. And taking them will not detract from our Delirium, so that's a good sign. Let's seed and see if they've got a removal spell for our Analyst. They don't. Archway. Pick this thing up. Forest in the bin. Come over for one. We're going to hold off on playing anything so that we can rattle wurm and ramp during their end step. Get the verge. Play land. Alternate can go down there. Do we balustrade or do we wait? Let's balustrade. We'll come over for 6. Opponent's got nothing, it looks like. Furnace Rain's gonna steal our guy. And then they got something to sack him to. Gonna cell sort us, alright. And play the same cell sword, alright. We do nothing. And then end step we can rattle wurm into a balustrade and hopefully one-shot him. No blocks. Shieldred, alright. Rattle wurm. This guy back out. Send both of those. Was hoping we would hit a green source for the draw step so we could just emergence the Shieldred out of the way. But we're going to have to go like this, it seems. And hopefully have them commit to some level where they think they kill us. And we surprise gain some life off the seed. Alright. We're going to shrink our guy to a 4-4. Or 4-3 rather. Block with Shieldred. Don't block with Shieldred. Block with Shieldred. Right. Opponent's at 5. We will end the turn. They are back at 7. See what they've got. Stealing our boy again. Block here. Seed to hopefully stay out of damage. Lethal. What do they got? You got some life gain, alright. Undead Sprinter. We will reveal that thing. Couple blockers and cross our fingers. If they've got another steal effect, we are dead. If they've got a removal spell, we're dead. A whole lot of us being dead. Block and block. Shoulder's gonna do it. Alright. This looks like a hand we would like to have, which is good because we do have it. Oh my goodness. The guy that wants to be in the graveyard, we'll put him in the graveyard. Seems like a good step for us. Let's see what we can see with the seed first. We'll get a forest. Pitch that thing. Thresher in the bin. Analyst on board. Get rid of lands and a thrice called. Lord Skitter's going to do mean things. He's going to pee in our Cheerios. Reveal a creature card. Get Lord Skitter out of here. No, we'll keep him on top. We would like the creature. We'll get him for 1. Alright, that guy's gone. Bye-bye, Analyst. Exile that card. Level up their talent. Now we wait. We got a removal spell. Dealt with our worm. Take some damage. End the turn. Nightmare and see what they can find. Both to the bottom. Sure thing. Take 1 from that. And we're going to be a little sneaky here. We're going to rattle worm. Oh, we don't have the... Well, they didn't know that. I was going to say we were going to go find the Arid Archway, but that had already gone. It's a little slow. That seems a lot better. Throw back a scavenger. Opponent is on red-black. Alright. Start off with patchwork. blow them up. Nope, bitter reunion. Alright. Who do they put in the bin? Probably a large creature, because I'm going to guess at this point that they are Reanimator. But they're thinking, so they probably don't have somebody that they want in the bin to reanimate. It's going to be some random thing, like a land. There we go. Analyst. We're at 3 subtypes, alright. Not subtypes, but 3 types for the Delirium. And they're thinking and they're looking at our stuff. Those are forests. They tap for green. And now we've got Delirium. Come over for 4. They're going to pop off somebody, it looks like. Makes sense. Get back to Archway. Although hopefully we draw a different land this turn, a non-Archway. Liliana.
Something suspicious.
You should make everybody discard.
And for once, it's not my fault.
All right, I'll sacrifice it.
I've always hated crowds.
Archway. We will keep a forest. We like that. Alright. Come on, Liliana, discard. Big bucks, no whammies. If I must.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Rebirth. It's that forest we like. Another rebirth that they could get it back? They can steal some stuff from us. Alright. Wurm and a Thresher. And a backup Liliana. We're going to give it to him. That was an incredibly good turn for them. That's no green. Alright. Scavenger goes back because it's too early for him to really do much impactful. So we'll just get a bestie of the patchwork variety. Blue black for the opponent. Make another one. And just sit here. Fortunately, no end step removal from the opponent. There goes an analyst and an analyst. Someday these beasties are going to do something. What do you got against our army of lumps, opponent? We're contemplating. Ah, it's a bitter triumph. It's artifact, so we're halfway to delirium. There's a sorcery and a creature. We get a land over here. Let's try for the rattle worm. Rattle worm is in, but they've probably got a spot removal. They're looking at it like they do. And that's fine. It's not great, but it's acceptable. Pass it back. And there's a land. So we have our delirium. Pop out a worm. And see what kind of removal they got. Little Triumph, the little guy. They go to 6. Another blue source. What do you got for us? You got something to pull yourself out of this? They vortex it away. Right. Nope, we're still at 4 lands. So just get in with this guy. Drop Thresher. Thresher to keep him under pressure. Let's see what they got for us. There's a Jace.
Phyrexia showed me the truth.
You should know us for a bunch, so we can hit another worm. I think that's your best option.
The data required.
They say good game. And we'll give them a good game back. Well, we'll try. And that's the deck. Overall, I'm happy with it. Wound up with an 8-5 record. Not sure this deck is, tournament worthy, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Definitely got to, do the little kid thing of playing giant guys and beating down with them. The one change I might make, Quaddy Scavenger never showed up at a point where a reanimation was, or a regrowth effect was needed. In fact, he was often the guy that got shipped back when we mulliganed. The other thing I noticed was that we have no way to deal with artifacts or enchantments specifically right now with Duskmourn. So I think maybe this becomes 2 copies of Thrashing Brontodon or something similar. But overall, deck ran well. Not amazing, but definitely fun. So if you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.